We're going to look at adding PayPal buttons to your WordPress website. First of all, we're going to have a look at it using the code that's supplied by PayPal and show you how to add that and how to add it in a more superior way as well. So to get the code you need to head over to Profile in your PayPal account, My Selling Preferences, and then find this bit here that says PayPal buttons and then click Update. That'll give you a list of the different buttons that you currently have, and then you can click Create a New Button. There are different types of button that you can create, from shopping cart, buy now, subscriptions, and so on. Let's do a buy now button. You need to experiment with the different ones if you want to do something different. You can specify a product name, so I'm going to call it My Item. There's an ID that you can put in. Then you can put a price in. Let's put in a price of £10, and then there's various other things that you can put in. And again, you can just play around with these, and there's lots of examples. Whether you want to add postage. So then you can jump to this next section, step 3. Can they change the quantity? Do you want to allow them to put a message in? Do you need their address? And then where would you like them to go? Which web address would you like them to go if they click cancel? And equally, which one would you like them to go to if it succeeds? And then you simply click Create Button, and there you have some code. You can either cut and paste it, so you can select it and then copy it, or you can have it emailed to you. You can have that link. You can use that link in an email. That's the short version of it. If you want to link, say you have an image that's a PayPal button, or a button of your own, that's the link that you would use to link it to. But for now, we're going to create the PayPal standard button that you can see here. So we've selected that code, cut and pasted it, and now all we need to do is go to our website. Okay, so now we're going to create a new page on our website, and we're going to try what a lot of people do. Let's put a buy now. Oops, button now. There you go, nearly. Buy now. Okay, so if you cut and paste that as it is, that basically becomes a web page that has that text in it. What you really need to do, if you want to put that in somewhere, in between, so you want to put it in there, is to turn to the text button and paste that in. So now you can see you've got a button that's appeared. That works fine. If we publish that page and view that page, you can see we have a button. We click it, so make sure it works, and there you are. It's taking off my product, £10. So that's certainly one way of doing it. My preferred way of doing it is actually, if you're going to use the code straight as it is to use a plugin. That plugin is called Shortcodes. I'll find it in a minute, and I'll just pause the video where I find that one. Okay, so that plugin is called Shortcodes UI. It's by BA Internet. So what that does is that adds a couple of things. One, it adds an option on your menu here where you can create different kinds of shortcodes for different things. Shortcodes are really useful. They're basically a bit that you can put it in your pages anywhere you like, normally in square brackets. That'll allow allow WordPress to go and find common bits of programming code or common text. So you may well use it, for example, if you had something you always put at the end or in the middle of a post. You can create a shortcode to that. So in this case, I'm just going to do buy now at £10. So that's what I'm going to call that shortcode. There's various things you can do here. If you were just wanting to put text in and using a shortcode that just always puts the same text in, you can put it in there. In our case, we want to use the simple one tag shortcode. Down here you basically put the name that you want to use. The one at the top is just a bit more descriptive if you want it to be, but I tend to keep them the same. So that's the actual code that you will use to get access to it. Then we need to put in the code from PayPal. So there's that code going there. You can set up different code categories, but I'm going to, in fact, let's just do that as an example. Let's put PayPal buttons. So you can then categorize everything nicely, and you'll see that in a minute when we actually use it. Now the reason for doing this is that if you have a sales page, for example, you may want to repeat the buy now button several times, and you might also want to put other code around it. In which case, it would normally mean cutting and pasting that bit of code several times over. And if you want to make a change to it, say the price changes, it becomes quite painful to change. So if you use a shortcode, you can actually change it in one place. So let's go and find that test page again. It was called Buy Now, wasn't it? Buy Now. So there's our Buy Now button that we currently have. I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so here I am in the normal visual editor. As I said, what we do is actually use that shortcode instead. So you can put it in like that. Or alternatively, you can use the shortcode button here, which will let you go and find your category and then find your code. So you can set loads of these up. That's not going to do anything different to what I just did here, which was knowing what that code was in the first place. So that means you can now edit that several times over. And if you change it in the shortcode, it will change both those references. So there you go. So we have a button that you can click on. There you go, and that works £10. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how I'd use PayPal code as it is. Using the shortcodes, there's less chance of you actually damaging that code and making it not work as well.